do here? Paul lobs for Griffin. 2 seconds left. Griffin has to put it up. Won't go. No whistle. Game over. And the Bucks win it.
Welcome back to The Jump. I'm Ramona Shelburne in for Rachel Nichols. And that's Scottie Pippen over there. That's Amin El-Hassan. And you just watched the Clippers lose on the final possession last night. What's going on with these guys? They're 5-6 since Chris Paul came back. Are they going anywhere?
Define anywhere. If we're talking about the playoffs, they're going to the playoffs. I'm pretty confident of that. How far are they getting in the playoffs? Not that far. Right now they're matched up with Utah, and I think Utah's a much better team, to be honest. They're in a funk. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, look,
I think it's just a lack of chemistry. I mean, Chris Paul has been out for a while, and he is your leader. And last night, you could just see, like, the passes just weren't there, and that's not the style that Chris Paul is normally playing.
Well, he's been back for 11 games, so the whole knock on the Clippers is, okay, let's see what they are when everybody gets healthy. He's been back 11 games. They're 5-6, 24th in defensive efficiency. Before that, they were 12th. They're not shooting very well from three. They're 34% from behind the three-point arc. Chris is the only guy shooting 40% or better from behind three.
Ramona, you remember way back in like November where the Clippers were killing everybody? Said, "Oh, this is their year."
Yeah.
The bench was finally
Best
playing well.
defensive team.
Man, it feels like a million years ago.
Didn't
doesn't
Rachel
it?
used to say something to you about that?
Nah, we'll get to that
was, like,
later.
sticking
Rachel
her Clippers
had a lot of stuff that's, look, we're going to have, like, they're going to come up with a supercut of all the things Rachel said to me in November, making fun of me, making fun of teams, and I got the last laugh. That's why Northwestern going to lose.
Like, see this? She's half full.
No.
That's Rachel. That's how she always
Well played.
Let's move on to the Blazers, who picked up a huge win over the Spurs last night. One night after losing to the Pelicans, Portland went on the road and beat the Spurs. Damian Lillard led the way with 36 points, and Terry Stotts called it their best win of the year after the game.
Yeah.
As it stands, the Blazers are 2 games behind the Nuggets for that 8th spot. Scottie, they dangerous as a potential 8 seed?
They're very dangerous. I like the way the Blazers are playing right now, being that that's one of my old teams.
I know. Look, you
I got a little
smile on your
love
face
for
there.
them, but I watched their game last night, and they just played incredible in terms of coming down and executing offensively late in the game. They look really good.
Nurkic really helps them. Offensively, as a guy who can throw on the post, he's a very good passer. He's actually played well for them defensively, which is a surprise because in Denver, he wasn't doing any of that. But come on, man. We're talking about dangerous to make the 8 seed, or are we talking about dangerous once they become an 8
That
seed?
could be the 1-8 game. If the Spurs leapfrog the Warriors there, that could be the 1-8 seed.
Yeah. They'll beat them in 5.
Yeah,
Look,
I know. They have
it'd be a nice
number of
story
years.
after the start that they had to go ahead and make the playoffs, but let's be honest. Warriors, Spurs, don't matter which one. They're
I
going
don't
to beat
know.
the
It's
eight
a little something going there with the Aldridge leaving the Blazers.
Yeah.
How much is Paul
It's a
out paying you?
little bit of added incentive for the Blazers to
That's a nice
really
little
play
rally
well.
for the Blazers because they look like they're heading back to the lottery and they've had.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a feel-good story, regardless of whether they make that playoffs or not, because it looked for a while like it's not even going to be a conversation. So they turned their season around.
All right. Bad news this morning. A major injury to Hall of Fame caliber player. Dwayne Wade left last night's game against the Grizzlies with a sprained right elbow. This morning he tweeted a picture. Prayers did not go his way. He had a small fracture in his elbow, and he is going to miss the rest of the regular season. Scottie, is this the end of the Bulls?
Well, I still think that they're going to keep trying to push for the playoff, but I think, realistically, it is the end. I think losing Dwayne Wade, that second scorer for the Bulls, it's been tough with the struggles that Jimmy Butler's been going through over the last few games. It's going to be very difficult for them to start playing better than they were in the past. And right now, losing Dwayne Wade
This is what
really
you got
put
him
them
for.
behind
This is the
eight
time of
ball.
year. You didn't necessarily need him in December or January. You needed him in April and May.
This is what all teams defend against, and that's being injured when the playoffs start. You go through regular season, you try to stay healthy and maintain, but when it comes playoff time, you want to be full strength. And right now, they realize they're not going to be full strength. So it's going to be a bit of a struggle for them going forward.
Yeah, you hate to see guys get hurt. It's we've seen a bunch of injuries this year for big name players. But I'll be honest with you, the final blow for the Bulls season happened on July 1st when they signed Rondo and they signed Wade.
He's been playing good.
It doesn't matter. This team was not well constructed. They were never going to make the playoffs. They didn't play well. And this is the part I also want to go. Where Rachel at? Rachel, remember when the Bulls?
She leaves town for one day and you're pulling out all the bad highlights.
The Bulls started in November. They're leading the league in three-point shooting. Dwayne Wade was in shots, and Rachel's like, since the playoffs, he's been shooting 45% from three or whatever. And I said, Rachel,
it's a honeymoon stage.
Cool your jets. The math tells you he's going to come back down to earth, and he came back down to earth. The shooting came back down to earth. The Bulls came back down to earth. And it stinks that this is how they go out, but even if he was healthy, they weren't going to make the playoffs. They weren't going to make the playoffs.
I'll tell you what, they are never wearing those green jerseys again.
They're ugly. Ah.
St. Patty's Day, you got to represent.
I know, but like that's some bad luck right there.
The Celtics are green.
For a minute, I thought Jimmy Butler got traded.
Yeah, hey.
All right, the Knicks triangle offense isn't going away anytime soon, and Phil and company have doubled down on it heading into next season. Even Kristaps Porzingis seems to be on board. But just in case you're still on the fence, take a look at what Jeff Hornacek said. There might be players that think the triangle offense is a deterrent. But there are also probably players out there saying, oh man, I want to run something like that.
Come on.
All those players are retired.
Or run around and set screen staggers and all that stuff. Still an offense where guys, if they're knowledgeable about the game, should like. Scottie, you won six titles running this offense. Is the triangle appealing to players from nowadays?
Retired players, yeah.
There you go.
But current players, no. Unless you got a guy like Kobe or Shaq or Michael out there, then no, they don't want to run that.
But it's just a high basketball offense. It's read and react.
Well, I think today's game is just more faster. Guys want to play more one-on-one. They want to show their ball handling skills, and the triangle just doesn't present that.
Ramona, and nobody in the history of basketball ever said, "Ooh, can't run away, wait to run center opposite," right?
No.
Nobody's looking at that. Look, the guys that wanted to play, you said you got a Kobe or Shaq or a Michael or a Scottie, it's because they want to play with Michael and Scottie, not because they want to run center opposite.
It's the players, not the system.
So this idea that it's a selling point is in general. Then specifically, what Scottie said is right. It's definitely a more methodical offense, and guys want to run pick and roll because it's quick. We're making quick reactions. We're forcing the defense to make a decision. You're going to guard me, going to guard the roll man, or you're going to guard the help.
You just got to call it something else. Like, so much of it is just read react.
But whatever you call it, no one's going because they want to run that. They're going because they want to play with great players.
So then the question is, why is Hornacek saying that now?
You know why. Come on now.
Oh.
Hold on.
Is this half empty or half full?
It's all the way empty in my glass.
What else can he say? You know, he's falling now. He's probably in a little bit of a hot seat. So, hey, you got to try to get some players in there. And maybe this is an opportunity for him to say, hey, bring me some players that can run this system.
All right, before we take another break, it is time for our distant replay. This time from better days in Dwayne Wade's career.
Oh, man, y'all are nice, man.
Sidles from the right corner for two dunks for Durant.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I need to see that again. I don't believe what he did. Watch the extension of the
Who's that
ball.
trying to help? Who's trying to help? Oh, that's Kendrick Perkins. I should have known.
That's over. That was just a great.
That's back when he was flash, huh?
Yeah, that was fine.
Kevin Love. Cleveland's gone 7-6 without Love. So, what is the significance of Kevin's return as the Cavs hit the stretch run?
Well, I think the nice thing is when he comes back, now they'll have their whole roster. It's March 14th today, right? Or March 16th?
The Ides of March, something like that.
It's something like
16th,
that.
17th.
It's the 16th, last day of the regular season, April 12th. So they got pretty much a little bit under a month to get everything right.
I like that, too. I like the fact that, they're not pushing him to get back out there and have a few games to get himself back in rhythm. But they got plenty of games to really get their team back in rhythm. They're fully healthy now. I like Cleveland's chances.
Well, look, they're holding on to that 1 seed, but Washington is right on their heels, and you gotta get
They're
Kevin.
not gonna lose it, Ramona. Come on, they're going.
It's a long season. It's hard to stay hungry. You're working in some new pieces.
Look, I'm not that guy who just thinks that LeBron is a messiah who can fix everything, but he's not gonna lose the 1 seed.
No,
he's not gonna lose the 1 seed.
All right, it is time for Make or Miss.
Yeah, my favorite part.
Make. Dunk faces! Look at Kawhi Leonard.
Get out of the way.
Over Noah Vonleh last night. Scottie, would this have ever happened to you if you were on
Man, get out of the way. You can't take a charge. You got to move.
He didn't even put his hands up. Look, he just kind of ducks.
I'd be the guy who get blown by. I'm like, oh man, I try to send him to the help.
That's your MVP, Scottie?
You got to step up, big fella.
Oh, he never seen anything like that. Come on, he just started playing this year.
Miss! Pranks! Jaylen Brown posted this photo of his car filled with popcorn as a prank. Word on the street is that it was Marcus Smart. Scottie, is this what players do? How would you react if somebody did this to your car?
He's a rookie.
Yeah,
you know what? He's a rookie.
Yes.
Treat him like that.
Yeah.
Let him eat his way out.
Look, this is the thing. It happened a couple of years ago to Kenyon Martin. Kenyon Martin was not a rookie, and he was not pleased. And Kenyon Martin could beat up almost anybody in that locker room when it happened. So you don't do it to that. I remember Lou Amundsen did this to Shaq. Not real popcorn. He had the styrofoam peanuts, and we tried to tell him you do it on the last day of the year, so you know you'll never see Shaq again. He did it on the second to last day of the year.
Ooh,
and
Louis.
Shaq's revenge was awful. I cannot say it on camera. The revenge was that bad.
Look, there's so many worse things than popcorn, though.
No, it's greasy. It messes up the car. They should have done peanuts. Okay. They ruined the car. But then again, he is a rookie.
Thanks. Newly acquired Wizard Brandon Jennings had a pretty nice ball fake last night.
Yeah.
I mean, Jennings a difference maker for them?
Yeah, absolutely. He really shores up that backup point guard position. It's a shame that the Knicks couldn't figure out how to use a guy with his talents. And I'm glad he's happy and he's going to the playoffs and he's going to win some games. And by the way, Yamini, he only hit you in the hands with the ball. Like, come on. Look at this. You got to make the catch, big fella.
At least the big fella didn't
Who
fall
had the
down,
worst
though.
hands they used to pass to?
But I like what Jennings does for this team. He's a willing passer for a basketball team with a lot of guys that love to score the basketball.
There you go.
That was like an all-star gameplay right there.
Nice.
All right, this is one of my favorite guys. Miss, the real thing. Internet's favorite basketball person, B-Dot, dropped Lonzo Ball mixtape, Scottie.
Oh.
Wants B-Dot to do a mixtape. Look, he gets the shot just
I want to see him go out against Charles Barkley, pay-per-view, right after the NCAA tournament.
No, Lonzo's shot is the funkiest shot, and Brandon just nailed that.
I'm with Scottie. I want to watch LeVar Ball versus Barkley. I saw LeVar Ball versus Marcellus Wiley yesterday.
Marcellus is still sweating.
Marcellus, man.
Mate, brackets. I got like 5 of them. I mean, NCAA tournament tipped off earlier today. Who do you got winning it all?
I don't care. I just want to see Northwestern lose today.
Oh my
I
God.
want to see Will Bond holding his hat down. I want to see.
Ramona.
Wait, Mike Greenberg on a plane. Why? How are you getting a private? I want the Ted Danson jet. How are you getting the Ted Danson jet?
Look at these
people.
Every sports writer in America like went to Northwestern, and they're shameless. Look at this.
Look.
Rachel, Mike Greenberg, private jet
John
right there.
Skipper, where's my jet?
Well, turn your hat around. Turn your hat around.
I'm going to be nice to him because Chi-Town.
See,
Go Wildcats.
You can't rep for everybody.
One
You rep
game.
for Portland.
He can get one
Represent
game.
the Wildcats.
No, Chicago. He
Come
can't
on,
come from
yeah,
Chicago.
just down the block.
All right, we are all out of time. Enjoy the games. Everybody get mad today. John will be back on Monday. Rachel back in this chair. Thanks for being. Thanks,
No
guys.
water in this.